please send me money when you get the first pay, because
what the fake money?
Not fake money, real money. I need real money. We need to keep up with the appearance. Hello, I'm JD Obat, and this is Live a Little as a 9-to-5er. Today I have a guest called Binam Tiwari. I've known Binam for over maybe 10 years now. Is it 10 years? About thereabouts. And we went to uni together in our last year of uni.
No, I only met you last year.
Oh my god. We went to uni together in our last year of uni in final year, because during Binam's time in uni, he took a year off and went for placement, but I didn't. So by the time I was getting to final year, Binam was also coming back from placement and doing his final year. So that's how we met. So I didn't know him all through uni, just at the end of uni, which is very sad because Binam is a brilliant mind. I don't tell him this often, and please don't hold me by this. I know he's going to keep saying that I said that he's a brilliant mind, but I realized something during the time. The people that went on placement and came back to uni, they had a different understanding about civil engineering as a whole. So Binam is going to tell me about his journey and why he is unemployed at this moment. So tell me about your journey from uni, because I know you were working while you were in uni as well.
Yeah.
Yes, I need to know how you got into your job, your placement, and your whole journey entirely.
Well, it's not right from the placement.
Before, yeah, placement. Then whilst you were in uni, you were working, and then what happened after?
Before the placement, I basically dropped out, didn't I? Like, in my second year, I dropped out.
You dropped out, okay?
Yeah, and I did my second year again. Then I did my placement. Yeah, so placement was good. Like, I think that's what, after the placement, I think I made it.
Yeah, after the placement, yeah.
Finally, yeah. So Joy, she was right in the one corner, like me and Richard. Like I knew Richard, me and Richard were in the same table. Like Joy looked around the table. Like Joy was right in the corner. It's like, who's the girl? Joy Dimar.
Was that what happened?
Yeah, I think so. Like,
no, I'm gonna tell you what happened.
No, I remember because I think they were trying to find out the group.
Yeah.
Like, you're the only one who was left out, I think.
No, I'm never a left out person. That's not what happened. I'm gonna tell you. What happened was that we were supposed to pick out group mates for our team project, and both of you were not looking for anybody. Both of you just sat down at your seat.
Yeah, because I think we didn't know anyone.
Yes, you didn't know anyone because every other person was coming from the year before, but you guys were coming from placement, so you didn't know the new set of people. And I just saw two people sitting down with no hope or ambition, just sat there, and I went in there to help them. Lifeless. And then Vincent joined as well, and then there was the other guy, with the pink taxi guy. I don't know.
Josh.
Yeah, the pink taxi guy. Remember? Yes. And that's how me and Binam met, and that's how we've been friends since now. We still have our group chat from uni till now. So yeah.
But I tried to ignore her.
Now I met you, you were in uni, you came back from your placement, but then something happened. I realized that you used to go one day off to study, to work. You used to work whilst you were in uni.
Yeah, because I was very lucky.
You're very lucky.
I was making money, so but everyone was doing nothing at the uni.
You were working part-time as what?
No, so I continued my placement.
You continued your placement? Yeah. Was it in the same company or
different company? I did for 2 years until I did my master's.
Okay.
But yeah, they wanted me to come back.
Oh, they wanted you?
No, that's like for bachelor's, like when we finish our bachelor's.
Okay.
They wanted me to come back full time. I said, too early.
Too early, yeah? So how was it working whilst you were in uni? How was the struggle? Like, I know it wasn't easy, because you were also working part-time in Domino's. I'm going to mention that.
Yeah,
because you used to bring pizza for me, so I appreciate that. You were also working part-time. So now you have 2 part-time jobs and then uni.
Yeah, I mean, Domino's is like for the weekend, and that key thing was basically once a week.
Okay.
I don't know, I was more chill out. You know, like you at that age, you just don't care.
Okay. Right. So, but you're making a lot of money at the time.
No, I wasn't making money. Money was going into I don't know, what.
Random stuff?
Not night out.
Night out? Okay, so cool. But what was the balancing the school part and the work part for you?
No, I don't think it was that difficult, I think. Maybe I just used to.
Oh, you got used to it, okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, even at work, you just go down there, talk to people who come back home, sleep.
Okay.
Study a bit.
And even the dissertation part, how was writing a dissertation whilst you were working?
The dissertation was very hard.
It was very hard,
very hard, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys something. While we were writing our dissertation, I can't even remember my topic right now, but my laptop crashed, and guess who brought me a new laptop? You brought me a new laptop.
Oh, did I?
Yes, you did. I know you can remember. I gave it back to you?
No, I gave him a MacBook. Where's my MacBook?
It wasn't a MacBook. It was this. He was. I know it wasn't like a MacBook,
No,
but
I
it
think
was this
HP
HP laptop. I knew it was an old laptop as well, but my laptop crashed and I needed help. And then Binam came with this laptop and brought it to me. It was very late in the night, and then I was so excited.
I can't remember.
Yeah, of course you remember because I'm the one you did the good for, so of course I'll always remember it. So yeah, I was really, really grateful, and I finished my dissertation and I submitted. Thanks be to God. I remember crying thinking I failed my dissertation as well.
Well, so do you write my name on your dissertation then?
No.
So thank you, Binam.
No, I just said thank you, friends. Family, of course, but
Really
thank you, friends. Okay, so now we went from uni. I went back to Nigeria after graduation, but you continued with your masters. You did your masters in structures.
No, it's civil engineering.
You did your master's in civil engineering as well.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's very different. Isn't it? Like you got a broad area, quite a lot of stuff. Like.
Okay. Yeah. What was your dissertation on for your masters?
User planning tools, I think.
User planning tool, and guess what? I am now a planner. I'm using one of the planning tools that he didn't write about.
Yeah, but I did all the training tools.
You didn't train me for shit.
I spent hours and hours training her.
Okay, let's say.
I'll get my dissertation to her to look, Joey, study this one. You'll be a good planner.
Oh yes, I believe you. But yeah, I was in Nigeria for 4 years, and then I came back, and in that 4 years, you did your masters, and you started working.
So when did you come back then?
2021. Yeah, I was gone for that long. 2021. I left in 2017.
So how come I didn't miss you then at all?
You missed me. Oh, you did miss me. You guys, if you.
I didn't realise you were gone for that.
It was that long. It was because we used to speak from time to time. So it was that long.
Yeah, I remember you went for the.
I went for army thing is NYSC. Okay. I went for training, and then Richard sent me money for a flight.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you did. You see, you guys don't remember, but I remember. You sent me money for a flight.
So now I was asking you to fly you again. Don't
you want me to fly?
Yes. Richard sent me money for a flight to go to my NYSC. In Nigeria, when I told him I was going to be off for a year, but I wasn't.
Was that for a year long?
It was a year long, but not the training. The training was 3 weeks. It's a Nigerian thing. It's for 3 weeks.
So is that mandatory for like everyone?
It's mandatory. People find a way to get out of it, but it's kind of mandatory if you are below 30.
So what did you learn then?
Oh, they do a lot of things. You do the morning waking up, you do the matching. I was part of the match pass in my team.
Oh, military, is it?
It's not military, but it's a service year. You don't go for military per se. Literally, your house is 2 stops away if you live in the same city as you.
So it's kind of a training, but you
don't go for like the actual military stuff, no. But it's military people that do the training.
Okay.
So it's a 3 week thing, and then in the remaining part of it, it's like a placement, but like right after uni.
Left, right?
Yeah, after uni, you do the 3 weeks of the training, and then they put you in different job opportunities in the country.
Okay.
Not everyone gets what they want. Some people go into construction, some people go into being teachers in school, but you do it for a year, and then the government pays you for that.
Money.
Yeah, not a lot of money, but they do pay you at least minimum wage. They do pay you the minimum wage for the.
So where did you end up after that?
I went to what we call a National Assembly, which
is that our podcast or we are interviewing?
I don't know, but like it's interesting. Yeah, it's
interesting.
It's alright. So I went we can cut it out actually.
No.
I went to a
national.
I was sent to a National Assembly, which is where all our lawmakers do their work. But I was sent to the construction part of it, so they do a lot of innovations in the National Assembly.
I think I've seen something with Snap on top of the building saying like,
that was after the year. That was a different conversation. So now back to you.
Oh, cool.
So how soon did you get a job right after your master's? Did you work during your master's time as well?
Yeah, I did.
You did. What were you working as an engineer?
Yeah. I mean, I never applied for the job.
But you just got it.
Yeah, right from the placement from 2015 onwards, I had my job.
Okay, so same company from the placement?
Yeah. So I mean, it wasn't sure like if I was gonna get full time or not, but like after doing my bachelor's, they told me like you're gonna come full time.
What was your job role whilst you were in your placement?
I mean,
the job title. I just want to know the job title.
I can't remember. Industrial placement. I think that's what they called it.
Industrial placement.
Don't want to interrupt. Continue.
No, I think it was called industrial placement. I think.
Okay, so were you working as a designer at the time?
Doing most of the CAD work down there.
They did a lot of CAD work at the time. That was what I wanted to know. I want to know what your role.
No, I think it's more of like doing paperwork, CAD work. So I think they don't want to give you a lot of responsibility.
Okay.
Unless they're short of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think CAD wise.
Did I help you a lot whilst you were in uni?
No, the funniest thing was like my second year. Remember that trip, Richard?
Richard is not in this interview, by the way.
Yeah, no, you can't include that one. So on our second year, we had. Did you do the surveying part?
Yeah, I did a different city.
Yeah,
I did that.
Yeah, for that surveying part. Remember we had to do the CAD work afterward. CAD
we had to,
drawing.
Yeah.
had to be
Yeah,
global
Richard was quite good
coordinates,
at
wasn't
CAD,
it?
right?
Of the road. He's still good at it. When I was doing my masters, I gave him a call to help on my CAD
Right.
project.
So Richard did my CAD
you?
at that point.
Remember when people do nice things for me, and it's always in my memory that you did this, you did this, you did.
What did you do some CAD work for?
He helped me during my masters. I called him up. He helped me with is it
Or something about building.
sketch? It was a sketch something. I was using AutoCAD at the time. Just recently.
I can't remember.
I know you can't, but I can because it was me.
No, you messaged me something about CAD.
Yeah, but he was the one that helped me.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I was too busy.
Yeah, you're always too busy for me.
Yeah. So yeah, at that point, Richard helped me out doing CAD.
In the
because
CAD.
I knew nothing in CAD until
Okay.
I did my placement.
Okay.
So after the starting, I'm in placement. I had to do a lot of CAD. So
I
I'm
love
in
CAD drawings. Okay.
third year, I think I got a lot better
With CAD,
CAD.
yes, you guys were really good with CAD
Right,
stuff.
so yeah, I
in third
got
year.
better because I think one of the model on Professor Domino was to do the flow plan.
Oh, nice. That's
Do you
good.
know remember that?
You were doing a lot of things at the time, so
Yeah.
even right now you're doing a lot of things. But I'm
Well,
gonna
so-
get to that.
Well, it's been like 8 years. I still remember shit.
Okay, so you were doing a lot of CAD whilst you were doing a placement. Did that really help you in?
So I mean, Kia was like more of like different aspect of work. Like you got delivery team, you got like design,
Mhm.
you got like project manager. You have to talk to like TMs.
Yeah.
So basically, you have to talk to everyone.
Okay,
So experience wise, you get to learn bits and pieces
Pieces
from
of
all
everything.
the, yeah.
okay.
So when I was like here, so I did like learn bits and pieces from all the aspects.
Mhm.
But in terms of actual designing work,
Mhm.
wasn't that great. Right, it's more of like paperwork.
Okay,
But when did I leave here? Back in 2022, I think.
okay.
Yeah, I went to Australia and came back and resigned the job.
Oh, wow.
Right. So yeah, so I went to Australia and I came back and joined the company called Raise and
Mhm.
Partners.
Mhm.
It was design consultancy. Oh, it was multidisciplinary.
Okay,
But so it's like the work wise, it's more of design. It was complete design.
okay.
So that's when I started doing more design work.
All right.
So 2 years. 2 years I did stay there. Did a lot of like flood risk, drainage strategy.
A lot of flood risk, yeah?
Do you have to do one?
No. Well, I know about flood risk and
You
stuff
did?
because of
Okay.
postmortem and stuff, so.
Okay. So yeah, so I had to do a lot of design. I mean, info drainage modeling. Have you used our micro drains? Have you heard of them?
Mm-mm.
So it's like hydraulic modeling on that one.
Mhm.
So yeah, so
That's-
until we stop it then.
Okay, so that's it about you do a lot of
So, yeah.
designs and CAD stuff, moving from one company to another.
So I mean, reason partners were more of design,
Okay.
less CAD work because my manager didn't believe like as an engineer we should be doing any CAD.
Okay.
I don't think that's right because
Okay.
like if you're someone new into the industry,
You need to learn.
you should know how to use it because like it's not like you're going to stay in that company for all your
Traditionally,
life.
engineers were separate to CAD techs.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
it was
Before.
yeah, but now because like I mean how does
Now we do everything.
I mean how the market works. Like you
Yeah.
have to do all the work
All
by
the
yourself.
work together.
And also, you don't just like stay in one company. You might not do CAD in one company, but when you move to other company,
You
all
might
it
want
is
to use
they
a
might
CAD.
ask you to do
Yeah,
CAD all the
yeah.
time. Do you know what I mean? So,
Expected,
so
yeah.
what's going to happen then? You're very slow. You're stressing out.
Okay.
You can't get the work right. You're like, I mean, your details not right. So I mean, that's basically that's what's going to happen.
All right. So I get that. My question right now is
Yeah.
you've gone from your placement in one company, you went to Australia. I'm going to ask you what happened that you decided to leave. Did you get to Australia and you just realized that, oh my God, I'm not getting it? What made you
No, I mean-
change? What made you change from the company you were into a new one?
Because like when I was in Kia, towards the end, Kia lost their contract and they were trying to basically build their own design team, and we kind of promised like different types of work. But when I basically got promoted and got joined as an assistant from graduate,
Okay.
and yeah, so at that point the work wise was basically just doing road marking drawings,
Okay.
and that wasn't something I was looking forward. I was kind of hoping for new work.
Okay. So you left to a new company because you wanted to do something different.
Something different.
Okay.
Right. And
Not the
do-
money. It
No,
wasn't the money.
No, I left the company the same money.
The same money.
In fact, I
You're
lost
on-
money, I
you-
think.
You're on less, weren't you, before?
No.
You
No,
charged,
like-
was it?
No, I left the Kia at the same money. I mean, I joined Raise and Partner at the same money.
Mhm.
But at that point, like, it was just after COVID, isn't it? So people were working from home.
Okay, after COVID, okay.
So people were just working from home. So like a few days in office, a few days at home. That's nice. And when I spoke to recruiters, that's quite important. So when you speak to recruiters, right,
Yeah.
you need to be straightforward. Look, this is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Like hybrid. So I told my recruiters, look, I'm looking for a hybrid job. He said, that's fine. So I had my interview, right, and everything's fine. One thing I didn't do is, on my interview, is I didn't ask my manager, my previous manager, like, have you got hybrid working? Because after a lot of recruiters had already spoken to him. So joined the company thinking I got a hybrid job, and the first week I said like, first I don't mind going to office like 5 days a week, but
Yeah.
I think there should be some.
Life has become so busy now that
not busy, but I mean, like, if you can do the work from home, right?
Yeah.
I don't see the point. I mean, like 3
Content.
days in office, like 2 days at home.
I like 3 days in the office. I say it all the time. 3 days in the office is the best time.
I think that's how it should be, the whole industry,
Mm-hmm.
right? I spoke to my manager like, so how many days can I work from home? And it's like, oh, we don't do hybrid.
That would break my heart. We don't do hybrid.
Yeah, that was after the first week,
Mm-hmm.
right? And at that point, I just realized that
You weren't gonna be there for long.
no, I mean not for long. I mean, it's like if you need to ask someone, don't not only ask the recruiters.
Yeah, ask
Speak to
everybody
the company,
end,
like the
yeah.
people like, who actually took interview.
Yeah.
Like your upcoming line manager,
And stuff
or even like send an email to someone.
to find out what is the
Find out,
work.
because you don't want to be in my situation, right?
Oh, right.
So you live the company the same salary, thinking you learn more, and then end up paying like going to office for 5 days a week.
And earning, and you're
yeah,
earning
of course.
the
Like,
same
technically, I was losing more money than I was when I was at Kia.
thing. Yeah.
So, what was the fuel price doing that big point?
Too much.
Oh, that's like £2 a litre, I think, that point.
I can see his problems are a lot.
Oh.
All right. Okay, that's it. So now we are now in this new company,
Yeah.
and then did we just leave this company, or have we gone? Did we go somewhere else?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Odyssey.
So you see how we've transitioned from the placement, the company you were whilst you were in placement, you were in the same company throughout your remaining days in the university, throughout your remaining days during your masters. After a while, after uni, you still stayed with them for a bit. So
Yeah.
how long would you say you stayed in the first company?
From 2018 till 2021, just after COVID. Because like during COVID,
So that's about.
I mean, during COVID, you don't want to leave the job, isn't it? Because you never know what's going to happen. It's
Yeah,
like quite a lot
yeah.
of people, like people just getting laid off.
So that's about, let's say 4 years. They're about 4 or 5 years.
3 years. Well,
Okay.
including placement.
No, from the placement, including placement.
2015 August, I think.
Oh,
September.
2015. That's
Yeah.
so you
6
stayed.
years.
Yeah, you stayed about 6 years
6 years
in
of
the
best
first
life.
company.
No, like, did nothing, still making money.
So 6 years of your first in one company, and then you went to another one which you stayed about 2 years.
2 years, exactly 2 years.
Yeah,
I
2
think.
years, and then you went to the next one.
Yep.
And what were you doing in this one?
That was a nightmare company. Like, yeah.
No, let's not mention names. What were
No, I think I already mentioned the name already twice.
No, you've mentioned the ones that you did for 6 years.
I don't care.
Okay,
It's a
okay.
Company just went right shit, to be honest, at the moment.
Okay.
I mean, it's a small. I mean, what I thought is like working in a small. I mean, their company had like 55, 56 employees. I
So
think.
this is a small company, yeah?
So I thought like maybe like working for a small company, you learn more.
Yeah.
Kind of it is
It's a lot
true.
of work. Smaller companies
No,
actually have more work.
Yeah, more work, and you do learn quite a bit.
Mhm.
But sometimes you need to watch your back yourself, because if one scheme gets put on hold, that basically messes up the whole like
Yeah.
financial thing for you and for
Okay.
the company. So how long was I there for? Like I left like a few months after.
Okay.
Yeah, it just didn't work out.
Just didn't work out.
Just
Yeah.
didn't
It's
work
all
out.
right. Sometimes it's
Yeah, to be honest, it's a good
fix-
experience. Like
Yeah.
other
People
people.
finish that off.
And then you went to Ibiza to finish the money you had.
Yeah, no, I think that was before I left the company.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went to Ibiza for a few. 4 days.
Yeah.
All right. And now you're about to start a new role next month.
Yeah,
Fingers crossed is a good one for you.
yeah. No,
But would you say transitioning into a new company, it's easy, or would you say it's hard? If you want to leave to go somewhere else, would you say
no,
it's
it
an
depends.
easy,
Because every
easy
time I
journey?
change my job, right, it's
Mhm.
been like kind of different role.
Okay.
Because first it was kind of like project management role, not enough design.
Mhm.
Second it was design. Third one's like completely moving towards infrastructure, like completely like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is like, it is like similar to last role, but I'm kind of.
So
like,
would you say
relaxed.
that you have acquired transferable skills, so it's easy for you to switch? switch
not for me,
roles?
because I had to learn quite a few things from scratch. I mean,
Yeah.
Kia did help me quite a bit, because like I said, there's different like small bits and pieces from like different
Mm-hmm.
teams. But going into one company and just focusing, like when I was a kid, never liked drainage. Didn't like
I still
really
don't
bad.
like drainage. I don't like anything.
So like those VRS.
Mhm.
Do you know what VRS is?
Sorry.
VRS.
No.
Vehicle Research System.
Okay.
Yeah, safety barrier.
Okay, such a bad.
Yeah, so didn't like those ones, but towards the end when I was leaving Kia, I was
What do
basically...
you actually like?
No, listen, so like, I didn't like those things, but towards the end when I was leaving Kia,
Yeah.
I was actually basically doing detailed design of those.
Okay.
Right, so sometimes you say you don't like stuff, but you end up doing stuff, right?
Mhm.
Same thing with drains. I said, no, never going to do drains. Join the drains and partners. The only thing I did for the last 2 years, those 2 years, is like literally drains.
Presently, I'm a planner. Yes, I am. I transitioned from being a civil engineer. I was supposed to do structures for my master's.
To be honest, it's all the same
your
thing.
first job,
What?
modelling.
Oh, I used to model.
yeah,
I still
yeah.
model if you give me stuff to model. So
Yeah.
I used to model in uni. It wasn't so easy because I used to always have to travel into London and come back. And I used to be a waitress in uni.
Where did you work?
Yeah, I worked in there's this cheese restaurant at the where Isle of Wight is. Isle of Wight is the coast where you get the boat.
The ferry.
The ferry, where you get the ferry.
What did
Gunwale.
There was
I remember you used
there
to
was an Italian
wake
place.
up like early in the morning and take the bus or something to work somewhere.
Okay, that was when I did Tesco.
Was that Tesco?
I used to
Worked
take.
in Tesco.
Oh, I've worked a lot of places. So what happened was that
I don't really say work anyway.
because because I used to work.
Because every time I used to call her, what are you doing? I'm sleeping. You know, like even like 6 in the evening, what are you doing? I'm sleeping.
Of course. So the thing is that I used to work part time, not all the time. Maybe weekend and then off. And when we are off the term, we are off term because I can only work 20 hours term time.
You didn't go back to Nigeria during.
Not all the time. I didn't. When I met you guys,
You
I
know
didn't go
what?
back
She
to
was being
Nigeria.
sleeping.
No, when I met you guys, I didn't go back to Nigeria. I didn't go back to Nigeria. But my first 2 years in Portsmouth, I went back to Nigeria every summer. But the second 2 years, I didn't go back every summer. I went to Italy with my sister, and then I came back. But I didn't go. I'd go to Swansea. I used to go to Swansea.
I've never been to Swansea.
Yeah, I used to go to Swansea because my friends
Wales.
were in Wales. Yeah.
Wales.
So, but I used to work part time as a waitress, and this Italian restaurant that had a lot of cheese stuff going on at the when I was staying.
Gunwharf.
Not Gunwharf, where the ferry used to go up to Isle of Wight.
That's why Gunwharf.
That's not Gunwharf. The overboard. Yeah, thank you. I worked there in uni. Then I used to work in Tesco. It wasn't actually Tesco. It was for a company called N2O. So you do a lot of promotional stuff. So you do advertisement and PR stuff. So they'll send you to one of the Tesco's, and on that day you'll be advertising a particular product. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that was what I was doing. That was what I was going to the Isle of Wight for. I used to always go over, but they would pay for my transportation. And they do dressing job. I used to go to Goodwood the horse racing.
It's a good one.
Yes, but I was a waitress, so I was at the top bit of
So how come we never knew this? Like,
because you didn't know me at the time. I was first year.
When was this? I was
First
in
year,
two
second
years.
year. That was what I was doing.
Factory.
Yeah, I worked in a factory where we
What
used to
jobs
do.
have you had?
I've had a lot of jobs. This year, I'm never unemployed. Unlike some people, I'm never unemployed.
Turning too many jobs is not that good.
I didn't change the job. They're not in my CV. They're just like they're jobs I used to survive.
That's that kind of contract thing.
Yeah, so I would go. The one from the factory was a 9 shift, so I'd go in the evening like 6 or 7 p.m. And I think they come pick us
Was
around.
that like 10 p.m.?
Yeah, they come pick us around
buses
7
come
p.m. or 8 p.m.
Yeah.
or so, and then we'll stay from then to the next morning, and then they'll bring us back. So it was more like a
How do
factory.
you manage that with university? Then?
No, it wasn't term time. Only term times.
so-
Yeah, term times. I didn't work much during term times because I could only do 20 hours. So yeah,
20 hours a week.
yes, 20 hours a week. So there you have it, Binam. So thank you so much, Binam, for your time talking about how you transitioned from one job to the other, and good luck on your next job
Thank you.
that you're starting next month. And please send me money when you get the first pay because
What the fake money?
not fake money, real money. I need real money. We need to keep up with the appearance.
Yeah. That's
Thank you very much.
I'll think about it.
So yes,
So do you want me to send my bank detail to you?
No, I'm going to send you my bank details.
No, don't need that one.
Thank you so much. This is
No.
Live a Little as a 9 to 5 hour with JD Obat, and thank you, Binam, so
No,
much for
it's
your
fine.
time.
I'll
Thank
say my getting.
So, because this is Live a Little as a 9 to 5 hour, we are going to
This
go
is a specific
electric
song.
shuffle.